So, hello guys, how are all of you? I hope that all of you are doing great. Thank you for joining us today. I'm really grateful for each and every one of you for joining us. It's a holiday and still you decided to come up to learn something new or to expand your horizon of what you already know, and that's really great. I hope that all of you are feeling good, your friends and family are doing just fine, and everybody is great. So, without wasting any further time, let's just begin. So, hello everybody. I am Anirudh. I am Junior Tech Chief at Rait Acm.
Hey everyone, I'm Drishti and I'm the design chief at Rait Acm.
And today we are here to clear your doubts on UI UX and to help you use Figma effectively. So before we start this session, we have a few guidelines that we would like to tell you. First, if you have any doubts, you could put it right in the chat box and we would come to that as soon as we can. This session is also being live streamed on YouTube on RIT ACM's YouTube channel. So the people who are there, they can put their doubts in the live chat box and there are moderators who would like get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, so starting with the outline. So we'll be starting with the introduction. Then we'll be talking about UI and UX. Then we'll start with Figma, like jump right into Figma. And then we'll be talking about how to log in and sign up, how to make your own project, and all the tools that we'll be using. Then we'll start with by making a small design that we have finalized. Then you have to follow us along while we make a design. So all of you will be given an artboard where you can create the design that we are making, and then we'll provide you a design that you have to create on your own artboard so that the session can actually be hands-on. And in the end, we'll be having a Q&A session. So if you guys have any doubt and question, we'll clarify it then.
Okay, so awesome. So let's like just dive into it. So what exactly is UI UX designing? So the textbook definition of UI and UX is like user interface is more of anything that the user interacts with, which is the screens or the splash screens or the keyboard, the sounds and the lights. User experience, on the other hand, would encompass a more larger aspect of all of it, that whatever the company, the services and the products. So it's safe to say that UI is like a very small subsection of what UX has to offer. and UX is like the big umbrella under which UI falls in. So, a basic distinction of what UI and UX design has to offer is that in UI designing, we work on the visual components and the hierarchy. We match the colors and the typography. We create layouts, we build mockups, and we take care of the overall product's aesthetic. So, it should look pleasing and appealing. The visual components and the hierarchy includes like where we place some components and different text. Everything comes in visual components and hierarchy setting. We match the colors and the typography, whatever text we use. We create layouts, we build mockups, and all of this comes under the discipline of UI designing. In UX, we create the app's concept from the very beginning. We study users' behavior. There is a thing called as UX research where the target audience is studied, what is their age, what they do, and everything, so that the application can cater directly to them. Then there is outline wireframing, we make prototypes, and so on and so forth. Now, both of these disciplines, even though they are different, there is a lot of overlap. And therefore, UI and UX is sometimes used interchangeably, but obviously they are two different and very major disciplines in itself.
Okay, so why does UI UX matter? So let's talk about it. So a great user experience increases customer satisfaction. So let's take a website or an app and the UI isn't appealing. So the result for it would be a lower customer satisfaction. But meanwhile, an interactive UI keeps users hooked and customers happy. So, as average human attention span is for 8 seconds, so the user's decision to explore or leave depends solely on the UX of your website or app, which they'll decide in that 8 seconds. So, users who like the UX and find the information they're looking for will stay for few minutes or even hours. So, this is what keeps them engaged. So as you know, the first impression is lasting impression. So more than the half of the internet users will see your website and they'll stay only if they like it. So therefore you should take care when creating the user experience or of an app or website. Your user experience must be designed in a way that your users like, and what they dislike is on the same thing, but you are canceling the disliking part. So this leads us to the last point, which is it is a highly competitive field. So the same type of products and services are being offered by over 100 different companies out there. So what will set you apart? How will you ensure your users pay attention to your website or app? So here UI UX plays a crucial role. So a well-designed website or app and a great user experience will enable them to easily navigate to the predetermined target and convert them into customers. Thus, it's your responsibility to ensure that the UI or UX of your application or website is of the utmost quality. So let's start by getting to know the basics. So starting with UI basics, we start with color. So whenever you come across a site or a product, it is a visual presentation which is heavily influenced by color that leaves you with the very first impression. It reflects the brand's personality. So when you're making a UI UX design for a particular brand, you have to keep in mind what kind of brand you're using and set the color palette as per it. So then we have the white spaces. So the white space acts as a visual separator by bringing the eyes to what matters the most in a design. So, as a result, there is a relief, breathing room, and an easier way to scan a page. Then we talk about typography. So, typography can be used to highlight headlines, subheadlines, the body. So, this is just you playing with the type of text properties that you have. So, if it's a headline, you make it bold and big. If it's just the body part, so you make the font smaller and maybe use italic in there to highlight some points. So that is where typography plays. Then we have visual hierarchy. So with hierarchy, we can easily scan through the information and digest the information. So what's important stands out and grabs the user's attention. Then we have complexity and simplicity. So while making a design, for example, we take Big Basket. So we are making a UI design for Big Basket. So obviously the amount of things that they are selling on their app is so much more than a normal app. So it is clear that the design would be more complex than the other app. So this is where you set your complexity of the design, that depending on the brand you make the design complex. So if it's a very simple design, I won't make it as complex, all the users won't use it. Then we come to consistency. So when an object behaves consistently, it has the same behavior throughout the interface. So in a product, the behavior of interface controls, such as buttons and menu items, they shouldn't change, because if somebody is using that app for a longer time and they're familiar with it, and you just out of nowhere change some of the buttons, the colors, it might upset them, and then your user interaction would decrease. Then we come to scale. So something that is larger has more chances to stand out. So by implication, it is the most important thing to look at, since it is the first thing that the eye is going to see. So don't just make your element bigger, make sure that it's actually important, relevant, and helps in the visual message. Now we come to the elements of UX. So we start with usefulness. So anything that helps you achieve your goals can be considered useful. So usefulness is one of the many factors influencing the and contributing to the product's usability. So now we talk about usability. So what is usability? So usability is an attribute that evaluates how easy a user interface is to use. Now, with usability, we usually talk about desirability. So, in contrast to usability, which focuses on the fact that users can accomplish a task, desirability gives them the pleasure in the process of achieving that task. Then, learnability refers to how easy it is for users to accomplish a task when they encounter an interface for the first time. Then, memorability is determined by how easy it is to recall or use a app or website after a substantial time interval. Then we have accessibility. So for accessibility, let's take an example of two people. So you make an app, so only person can use that app. They are familiar with the app. For them it is easy to use, but for the other person it is not. So then your app is not actually accessible. But if both the people are comfortable using that app, then we can call it accessible. Then one of the factors continuously affecting user experience design is credibility. So, credibility refers to your faith in the product's availability and ability to perform as advertised. So, if you're advertising your app to be easy to use, but it is not actually easy to use, then your app is not actually credible. So, this is where credibility plays. So today, the tool that we'll be using for design and prototyping is Figma. So Figma is a vector graphics editor and prototyping tool that is mostly web-based. This is the textbook definition. But the three best thing about Figma is that it is free, so anybody can use it, and it is online, so it is really easily accessible. And the last point is that it is user-friendly, so anybody from a beginner to expert can use it hassle free. Like, you don't have to learn a lot of things to use Figma. It is that easy to use.
Right. So this is a chart where we understand what is the scope of user experience as a whole, and in this we can see the part that UI plays and the whole part of UX. So the thing that I've seen constantly is that UI and UX is used interchangeably. However, these two disciplines are very different. UI completely focuses on the actual design aspect. So you can see that UI falls in between visual design and interaction design. Visual design basically means what you are placing and how aesthetically pleasing it looks. Interaction design basically means if you are placing something somewhere, how easy it is to interact with it. But this is not just the core of designing a product. User experience also includes other aspects like front end development. You have to decide what content you are going to use, the human factor, the sound design. You have to take in consideration the human computer interaction, what architecture you will be building your software or your particular product on. All of this is encompassed in user experience. So user experience as a discipline is very large, and to understand, evaluate, and to learn this is an experience of its own. And I do feel that if you solely focus on user interface, you're missing out on a lot of things that will make your application great. For example, user experience nowadays mainly focus on user interface design, the actual visual design, and the prototyping. And because of this, almost all the apps that you see online today have a similar type of button layout, have a similar type of banner, text, the icons, and this makes every application, almost all the applications, quite generic. There is nothing that stands out about these applications. But in essence, if you think about a UX developer, or you think about user experience, we actually have to include user research, the interaction design, user testing, the usability, the product design, the animations, and the collaborativeness and the information architecture that you would be using. All of this together combines in order to make your good application great, and that is the differentiator.
So great products are useful, usable, and beautiful. So how do we do that? So we start with the usefulness. So like you have a problem statement or you have an idea that you want to implement. So first you have to figure out what your idea is or what you are trying to implement. So you make the changes as per it. So if my problem statement is set, so okay, now we come to usability. So when we come to usability, it is just like making things simpler for people to use. So now that your problem statement is there, how would you solve that problem in a easy way or in a useful way? So that is where usability comes. Now when all these things are decided, then you come to beautification, that you have your idea, that you have your implementation, and how you're making it easy. Now how would you make it beautiful? How would you make it pretty for people to look at and engage with it? So this is how we play with the UX UI design. But if we go the other way around and we start with the beautification first, so we should keep in mind that not everything we make can be actually coded. So when developers make it, they face a lot of problems. So a design that you're making should have this thing that it can be coded. So when we talk about usefulness, so we are talking about the problem statement. So okay, developers have nothing to do with the problem statement because we have given them that. But after that, when you're trying to make a plan of action, then you have to see that whatever you're trying to implement can actually be implemented, and then you come to the beautification. Because when you are clear with what you're trying to implement, then only you can make it beautiful. So that is why we start with the usefulness, then we come to the usability, and then we start with the beautification.
Perfect. So now we have a basic idea of what UI UX is. So how do we start to implement it? How do we get started? So because this is a hands-on workshop, we want you all to join us. Before that, Drishti will be going over on how to actually set up your Figma account and what are the basics of Figma.
Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. uh, Okay, so when you type figma.com, this page will open if you haven't already logged in or signed up. So all you have to do is sign up, and it will show you continue with Google or just use another email you want. So I'll just log in as I have account. So then I'll just log in. So I'll come to this page, which is the main page of the whole Figma. So this will show you all the projects that you have made till date. So all the projects, all the draft, even the ones you have put into publish in the community, and all that thing would be in your recent bar. So all the projects that I've made. Now then we come to the draft. So the things that I haven't published would be in my drafts, or the files that I have duplicated will be in my drafts. Then we come to community, which I'll be talking about in a minute. Then we have all the teams that we have with different people. So you can just create a team. For this, you should, I guess, have a student account, but that is very easy to apply for. So like I want to check out whatever project I've made with Anirudh. So I'll click on Anirudh's team. So all the projects that we have worked on together would be shown here, and all the members in the team would be displayed on the right hand side of the page. So this is what it is. So all these projects we have made together, and they'll be displayed, and I can just click into it and join the project. Now we come to community. So when you come to community, this page would be displayed. So here what happens is all the people, all the designers who have published their projects or their designs would be available here. Or if you're trying to find a particular illustration or particular typography, so you can choose any one of the topics that are given above. So I'll just go into illustration and I want to find something about yoga. I'll just simply search yoga, and all the projects related to yoga will be shown on my screen. So I'll just click on this project, and by chance I want to use something from here. So all I have to do is just duplicate this file, and it will be open in one of my windows, and now it will also be available in my projects and drafts. So the file would open with all the elements that were in the project. So if you want, you can do the changes here itself, as this is your file now, or you can just copy from here and paste it on your own file. Now here in the community section, there is a thing called plugins. So what plugins are basically, they are inbuilt programs. So when you're making a design, for example, I want a Wi-Fi icon. So I won't go on Google searching for a PNG of a Wi-Fi icon every time, or a battery icon. So that is where plugins come in use. So if you want pictures, you can just right click, use a plugin, get a picture. You want the icon, you right click, use the plugin, get the icon. So you just this makes your work faster, and you don't have to do so much work also. So now we are gonna search for three plugins that I want you guys to install. So I would request you all to just log in into your Figma. Then just go into your community part, and the three then go to the plugins, and then search for styler. This is the first plugin that we're going to download. And then when you search for styler, go to plugins and just simply install it by clicking on install, as I already have it installed. I'll just use this one. Then the next thing that I want you guys to install is Unsplash. So just search for Unsplash and go to plugins and download the Unsplash one. The first one which will be displayed is the one we are going to use. So just install that one. After that, we'll be downloading Remix icon. Go to the plugin and download the Remix icon. So this will provide us all the icons we need. So uh, Anirudh, if you can put all the three plugins name in the chat, that would be
Yeah, I
fine.
did. I did. I did.
Okay, okay. So
Sorted.
just download these three plugins, and that you're ready to go. So we'll just jump right into the project section. So if you want to create a new project, you can just go to new design file. Now Figjam file is like a whiteboard. You can just use your pen and draw whatever. Then import file is the section where you can import your sketches, images, or any Figma file that you already have. But I'll be editing one of the files that we already have. So I'll come to this file. Okay, so now we'll see what all things do we have on the main page, the project page. So we'll start with the top bar. So starting with the top bar, we have the Figma icon. This is the file part of any uh, software you take. So the file, edit, view, object, all these things are going to be there, which are not really used like a lot. Then we have the pointer that we are using, so we can select it from here. Then we have the artboard. So artboard is nothing but a frame. So when you click on a frame, it will show you all the types of frames that there are. So the dimensions are already been given. So just in case I want an iPhone ka artboard, so I'll just click on frame, come here on the right hand side and just select iPhone 13. So it will give me iPhone 13 Pro Max ka artboard. So now I can start designing on this an app. So that is so easy to use the artboards. So then we have the slice part. So if you want to divide the artboard, this is not really used a lot. So only frame is used. So just click on frame, use the type of artboard you want. So there are tablet, there is presentation, the watch, Apple Watch faces. Then we have the paper, so A4 size paper, A5 size paper, social media. So all the Twitter post and all that dimensions are given. You just have to choose, and the artboard will be created, and you can just start designing. Then we have the different shapes like rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, stars, and you even have an image holder. So image placeholder is given, so place an image. Then we have the pen and pencil app, which is general in an any design app. If you go to XD also, it is present. If you go to Sketch also, it is present. Then we have the text part. So when you click on text, you all you have to do is just click on the artboard, and the text box would be open, so you can just type it in and then move it around wherever you want. Then we have the grabbing tool. So if you want to move around the artboard, so you can use this grabbing tool like this. So that is what grabbing tool is used for. Then we have the comments. So if you want to comment anywhere on the whole project, you just click there, add your comment, and just click the send button. So if I want to type hey, and then I just do send, so it will come in my comment section. So anybody can check it out, or you can just hover over it, and it will show you the text, whatever the person has written. So that is it. Now we come to the right hand side. So when we come to the right hand side, if I choose a text, so basically what right hand side is, the it is the properties of whatever thing we are choosing over here. So if I choose an image, so image ka property will be shown in the right hand side. If I choose a text, text ka property will be shown. So for example, I'll just take text right now. So text ke liye x and y, so where on the plane with this is this text available, then the width and the height of the text, the angle on which the text is placed, so all of this is here. Then we have constraints, so we'll come to constraints later. Then we have the layer, so you can multiply, darken this text. So this is mostly used in editing part of the design, so we won't be talking much about this today. Then we have, and here is Anirudh. So if you want to talk to any of your mates, all you have to do is just click slash on your keyboard and then just type, and they can see your text. So that is how Figma works. So it is fun to work with. So then we have layer. In the layer part, there is this 100%. So this is the opacity of the text, the 100%. If I turn it to 30, it will go to 30% of the opacity. So that is the opacity. Then we have the type of the text, then how bold is the text, if you want it to be italic. So all the text decoration is there. The size of the text, as it is different sizes, all these three lines are different, so it is showing me mixed. Then this is the difference between both the lines. So the Figma and hands-on ke beach ka whatever space is there, that is the line spacing here, which is 100%. So, and then we have the alignment part. Then we have the sizing part. So if you want to keep the size fixed throughout, you can just choose the fixed size part. Then we have the fill, so changing the color of the text, you can do it through fill. So just click here, change the color whichever way you wanna. It is linear right now, so it is showing me like that. Then we come to the stroke part. So stroke is the outline, as you all know. So you can just change the width of the outline here. So I changed it to 3. So it has become a little bit bolder than it was. The color of the outline and the opacity of the outline. And if you want it to be outside, so outside, center, inside. So that is all the properties you can choose. Then we have effects. So effects are like drop shadow. So if you want to apply shadow behind the text, then we have inner shadow, so inside the text. Layer blur is you're blurring this whole Figma layer, the text written. So if I choose a layer blur and add a number to it, it will blur my text. Then I have background blur. So when I use background blur, it is usually used for glass morphism effect. So if I decrease the opacity of Figma, uh, to say 80%, and I add like a circle behind it. So if I add a circle behind it and I send it to back, so the circle, if we will see it, it is looking the same right now. But when I go to the text and I change the background blur to somewhat 300, now this is not a change we can see right now because the circle is getting hidden by the properties that we have added in the background. But this is how glass morphism is done. So you just choose the layer, add the background blur, and add the object behind it, and it will blur the object behind it. So this is on the right side. Now we come to the left side. So I've chosen this cover frame. So everything in this frame, every element that is in the frame would be shown over here. So this frame, everything would be shown here. So just say I want to bring, I keep this behind my photo. So I want to bring it in front of my photo. So one way is that I bring it to front, and the other way is doing it through the layers. So I bring this frame to the top, so now it will be coming in front of my face. So that is how the layering part works. So all your layers would be seen on the design here. Then in the assets part, so whatever the assets you have used for this, you have to make a Figma file and upload it for it to come in the assets part. So we have this 3 assets that we have added in this file. So the assets that you upload would be available here. So this is the notch for the, so you just have to drag it and drop it. So this is the notch for an iPhone. If you're making an iPhone design, an application design, so you can use this. Then we have the bar. So the bar is used for showing the different icons like Wi-Fi icon, the but I don't know what it called, the battery and all that things. It comes, and now you can use it in the design itself. Just change the color from the side. So that is how it's done. So these are all the properties that would be available on the project you made. Anirudh, now you can continue.
Yep. Sorted. So we covered that. So now since we have a basic idea of what the Figma file looks like and how we set up our Figma file, so let's go ahead and like try something. Let's try something out here. So this is a file that we would be giving out to you all as well, so you can jump in. But for now, I just want you all to know it's quite easy to design on Figma. Like other than what we actually think. So suppose I have a very simple design like this over here. So we can divide it into three parts. We have a frame in which we have a image. So that's the top half. Then we have the bottom half in which we have three different subsections. We have a bold header, we have a small caption, and then we have a button with a text inside it. So this is something that I've recreated using that, but I will still recreate it here. So for that, first I'll choose a frame. So for now, iPhone 13 Pro Max would be the thing that I would be using. I'll just delete this one, or I'll just keep this away for now. Right. So now this is the frame that I'm going to use. In my assets, I do have the notch and the status bar. So I'll just drag and drop it here so that I can use it in my design. So once I've dragged it, I can just like set it, and Figma basically snaps your like elements into place. So it snaps your element. If it you have to place it in the center, it will place it in the center, stuff like that. So now for the top half, I just need an image. So for that, I would be using a rectangle and I would span it in the top half of the design. So I can snap it like this. Okay. Now I want to add an image. So for that, what I can do is I can right click, go into plugins and go to Unsplash. So I don't have to go to the web every time I have to choose something. So for example, if I want to choose this image, I can just click on it and it will add that image onto the selected like if it was a circle, it would have put it in a circle. Now I had put a square, so it did that. So the top half is done. Now for the bottom half, what can I do? So I know I need text here. So I can like grab a text box. I will span it over here and I will type whatever it is written. Okay. So now I know that I have added the text, but the size is not there yet. So I will double click on it. And the first thing that I have to do is to increase the paragraph spacing because I know that this is not inside a frame. So I have to increase the paragraph spacing manually. So I increase the paragraph spacing to 20 and I'll increase the font size to something like 48. So yeah, this one looks good. So this looks as good as what it is on the page. So I can now snap it inside in the center. You can do it this way, or you can just span your whole text box like this, and you can set your text box in the center. So now it is like probably in the center. Yeah, it is. So now I have like two more elements to add. So I'll just drag this one. So if you press Alt and you drag it, you can duplicate whatever element you want to. I'll click on it again and I will change the text. So go Pro and unlock and to boost your design. Cool. So now here again, I will have to change the like line spacing, the other paragraph spacing. So I'll put it to something like, I don't know, let's try something more. And I will have to change the text as well. So the text size will go a bit down. It won't be semi bold, so I will use something like a regular. And I can now like change the text like font size a bit more. Right. So I'll increase the font size now to something like 14. Okay, can go a bit higher. Okay. Now I can also see that the color is a bit off. So I can go into fill and I can change the color to match something like a bit of a gray. Yeah, so this is right there. Now I want to add a button. That is the final thing. So I'll just use a frame and drag it over here. So now I have a button now, but I want to have the fill as well, like the color. So I'll click on add a fill color. Now, because I have a reference, I can just use this and I can pick the color from here. So there we have the color. And I want to give some sort of a border radius. So I can use the border radius. I'll give something like 10. Yeah, it is looking nice. So you can see it has a very slight border radius, a curvature to it. And finally, we want to add a text inside it. So always like Alt, you can pull it outside, get started. right? And I'll be changing the size of the font to something like 24, and I can also change the size of the text box that I'm using, and it will snap it right in the center like this. And I can use this, snap it in the center. Oh, it went back. I can use something, it is in the center and the center. So now, so it took, I guess, hardly 5 minutes, maybe seven. But that is how simple it is to, like, you can like alt it out. So alt drag and use the plugins. Plugins are really important when you use something in Figma. So this is easy. This is something that we have tried over and over again. So we know, like, it's, but you will master it soon as well. That it's easy, kind of. So now we have something for you as well. So this is a Netflix login, right? So we all know Netflix and Netflix are login, and this is like who's watching wala, like the tab. So Drishti would be making this, and she will be telling you how to make this page responsive as well. So this is an image. If you click on it, and we can make this in such a way that it would be responsive in nature. So Drishti, would you like to like continue with this
Yeah.
one?
Can you just share the link to the file because the followers alone
Yeah,
part?
yeah, yeah. I will share the link. I think the link will be in the chat soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you guys get into the file, please divide yourself as per the starting letter of your name into the playground part. And after you're done, just give us a heads up in the chat, or you can unmute also.
Is the link in the chat till now?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think the link is in the chat now.
So all of you guys just get into the artboard part and divide yourself into the playgrounds. I'll just share my screen. 1 second. So once you come into the Figma file, just go into the playground, your first letter of your name land in. Then just choose one of the frames from the whole page and put your name instead of the text your name. Just add your name there so that you can make it your own artboard, and all the designs you will be making, you will be doing it on your frames, so that we can keep a tab of if anybody is having a doubt or anything. So just do that much. Uh, we'll give you 5 to 10 minutes to do that much.
Join in, guys, because we want to make this hands-on session like an actual hands-on session.
Yeah, but
The guys on the YouTube, I like in the chat. I hope that you all have got the link to your files as well. Let me just check.
yeah,
We can choose any frame, right?
yeah, any frame,
Yeah,
just
any frame that you want, any frame that you want,
just
and
name it.
like I would encourage people to like turn on your mics, not cameras, mics. You
Of
can
course.
ask if you want to,
Yeah,
right?
I guess the link for the YouTube file is not shared. What is it? Okay, so I guess the link has been shared. So just give us a heads up in the chat once you're done making one artboard yours. So I'll start with the designing part.
Yeah, like sort out yourself according to your names. I think that most of you all will have an issue zooming in and out of this thing.
Yes.
So
Just
yeah,
pinch
that
out and pinch in on your, what do you call it?
okay. I think somebody like deleted a whole file.
No,
Okay, don't use the pen tool. Don't use the pen tool. Wait. So Palak, uh, Rishi, can you come on to like playground 3?
sure, sure, sure.
So what we can do here is, wait, I'll just give you this thing. So you can use this thing. Where is Palak? I guess she ran. Okay, she's here. Okay, just rename this. Okay,
Just
rename
go,
this text
if you
file
want to go
in
back to the arrow, just click on the arrow icon that is on the left hand side of the
top
top.
left corner.
Yeah. So just click
Yeah,
on that
it's
to
on the
get
top
back
left corner.
on the arrow. Okay. Just double click on it and type your name.
Shobham, I think that you're having a problem. Is it
Can
anything
you
that I can help you with?
please repeat
Um,
what do we
Okay,
have to
what
do?
do you
Like,
think? Okay, so I've shared like there is a link for a file in the chat, so you can join us in there. And there we have like different playgrounds, and we have divided you according to like your initials. So you can join us there. You can change the name of any frame that you like, right?
just name
And
it
then from
with
there,
your name.
yeah, from there on, we'll just start with the hands-on session, like what you can change. We'll be designing some things. You will be designing a few of your own things here. Yeah.
Also, if you guys have any doubt while doing this, just click on the triangle of the flag and change its color to red so that we know if you're having a doubt, or just add a comment.
I can add a comment, or like you could always like unmute. If you are in the
Unmute
meet, you
yourself,
can
yeah.
unmute yourself and talk. If you're joining us from YouTube, you can obviously like you can comment so we can know. I mean, by comment, I mean that you could like say it in the live chat. Shreyas, are you okay? Okay, he was just trying.
Yeah, yeah, I was just trying.
Chill, man, chill. It's fine.
Hello,
Yes.
can you help me with changing my name?
Yeah, yeah.
Selecting
Okay,
one.
Sure. You're on
wait a minute.
playground 3, right?
Yes.
Trusty.
Okay, just choose
Okay.
any of the frame and double click on the your name text
Okay.
and type in your name.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Sorted.
How to zoom in?
To zoom in on the mouse of your laptop, just pinch out, and to zoom out, pinch in, or use the side part. On the very right side of the top taskbar, there would be a percentage given. So zoom,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah. So you can use that also.
Okay. Thank you.
So if all you guys are ready, just write it in the chat so I can start with the first design. Okay, so um, I see most of you guys are ready. So you can just see my screen right now and do as I say. So on each of your playground, on the left hand side top corner, there are these Netflix screenshot. So do one thing: click on those screenshot, Control C, and then go to your frame. Click on your frame, like choose it, and then Control V, so that you have a screenshot on all of your pages, so that you don't have to come back to the screen sharing part to check on the things. Just Control
One easy thing
C.
that you could do,
Yeah.
yeah, like you could just drag the whole thing and just Control C. and then control V on your frame. So
Yeah,
you get like all the elements. So you get the
pasted on
navs
your
and the
frames.
logo as well. Yeah. So you can work on your individual frames, right? So we could know easily like you are making progress if you need any help at all. How is it in frame two? Okay, going good. Nice, Shubham is doing well. Frame three. Okay, something happened. Nirmal, do you need any help?
Uh, so all you have to
Okay, he was
do,
trying to resize.
yeah, he's trying to reframe.
Wait, I'll just get it for you, Sakshi, if you want. Is kiska hai ye?
Wait,
Okay, this is Remis.
Nirmal,
Selected.
one thing, I'll do it for you just a second. So here you go. I'll miss the notch, I guess. One second. Copy, paste. So here's the notch part. Hmm. So I guess most of you have copied the screenshot. So let's start making the design. So first thing that you have to do is create an artboard or a frame. So click on this frame icon and then go to phone, the drop down for phone, and click on iPhone 13 Pro Max. And this white frame would open on your page. So this is the board we are going to use to design this Netflix login. The next thing that you have to do is click on this artboard. Then you'll see the fill option on the right hand side. Click on that. You can use the dropper or just put the color to black. After doing that, now the easiest shortcut to copy things or like drag and copy the things is to select the thing that you want to copy. Just watch me do this. So select the thing you want to copy, click on Alt, and just drag it to your design. Just click once and drag it to your design. So it will make a copy and put it on your design. So now it has come in your frame. Same with the notch. Click on this Alt and bring it to your design. Or or if you are not comfortable doing this, Control C and Control V on your design. It will open somewhere. Just then you have to get it down, which is a lot of work. So make a habit of using Alt because it's easier to use it. So once you're done, this is your screen for your iPhone 13, in which we'll be designing the Netflix app. So now you guys have the Netflix logo. So what you do is create a duplicate of this, use Alt, drag it, put it. So click Alt, drag, put it. Then now if we just use this tool to shorten it, it would also get cropped. So no, for not getting it cropped, all you have to do is um, decrease the size while clicking the shift button on your keyboard. So it will hold the whole image while you make it smaller and won't crop it. So shift and move the image. And then align it in the middle of your whole page, on the top side middle of your page. So that is your logo. Now, as we remember, we downloaded one of the plugins, the Remix Icon plugin. So to get this icon, Shreyash, you have a doubt?
I think we should go a bit slow, right?
I can give you guys time if you want.
You guys can chat in here if you want to. You can also put it in the meet so that we know if there is something wrong. If you
Yeah,
guys still have problem like selecting stuff, you could just tell us.
How can you get that iPhone 13 mobile?
artboard.
Okay, for
Yeah,
that
artboard.
you could go into frames. Go into frame. On the right hand side, you will get frames ka option, and you can click on iPhone 13. So is it visible on the screen?
Just click on this frame, this check thing. Come here in the phone drop down, click on iPhone 13 Pro Max, and it will make a new artboard for you.
How to select the individual elements? Like when I'm selecting, it's selecting the whole outline of the design, not just the element.
Uh,
Okay, who is this?
Shubham.
Like your voice is too low, man.
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shubham.
actually, I'm selecting like one part of the design and it's selecting the whole design, like not just the top bar, it's selecting the whole design.
Okay, so you're trying to select one element.
Yeah, it's not happening.
So just click on it. Is it still not working?
Yeah, I don't know. I tried, it's not happening.
So you're
Which
in frame two, right, Shubham?
Yeah,
On page two.
yeah.
Right. So what do you want to get rid of? You just want to get rid of all of these?
No, actually, I want to copy the first, this like this top bar of, yeah, like something, some part
Okay,
of,
okay, okay. So this is an image. So you can't take out, you can't like break down this,
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
right?
instead use this, the asset.
Use
Okay, okay.
these.
I thought you were copying from here, so that's why I was trying.
No, no,
No,
I
no, no.
use
This
the
is an
asset.
image.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so guys, you got all of you guys have the asset part. So just use this Control C and Control V it in your design, or just uh, click on it, Alt, drag it. If still anybody is facing problem, do let us know.
I think the YouTube guys have also got the link now. So you all can also join us in.
Okay, so yeah, now I was talking about this arrow that we want. So what we do is click on our artboard, then to right click, then we'll see this plugin wala option over here. So I'll do it again. Right click, plugins, and just click on remix icon. So a short window will open with all the icons, like all the icons. So I'll do this once more if anybody missed it. Right click, plugins, remix icon. Now in here we want this arrow. So all we got to do is search arrow. So we will find this arrow similar to this one. So it's like almost the same thing. So click on that and it will come on your artboard. As it is black, you won't be able to see it maybe. So on the right hand side, the black color would be shown. Just change it to white. If anybody has doubt in this,
Nityanand, do you have any doubt? You're in frame one, right? You can just like do forward slash and talk to me here
yeah.
itself if you want. Or you can, if you're in the meet, you can just, unmute yourself.
So should I go forward with the arrow part? So I'll just
Yeah.
move. Yeah. So I'll just move this arrow into this direction as it is the same thing as there. So what we can see the angle, the rotation on the right hand side. So we see it, it's somewhere around minus 19. So all you have to do is select this whole thing, remove it, then just yourself put minus 90 and it will make it straight like this. And then just set it where you feel like setting it. So I think it's a little bit shorter. So all I'm going to do is shift and drag it a little out and drag it. Uh,
Shashwat, if you want, we can like you can select these ones again. I think like you flipped it. So you can just, you can select the images again if you want. If you have any issues, you can just tell me. I will just drag and drop them onto your frame. If you want to scale them, if that's the issue.
How to get the Netflix logo?
Uh, I guess it's pasted on all your basic pages. Yeah, it's over here if you see on the very top left hand side of your artboard. So just copy it and paste it on your artboard.
Okay.
So I'll just continue with the design. So now the next thing that we have is the help portion of the top top side of the design. So I'll just click on text, put it somewhere here and click it, and then I'm going to write help. So the help came. I just click on the sides to make it detached from my mouse. Now again I click on it and bring it in the line of Netflix. You can see this line. So these lines, the orange lines, help you with the alignment of the things and like the distance. So these are very helpful when you're using them. So I'll just align it in the middle of Netflix part only. So like this on the side. So our top part is ready. Now what we're going to do is put them in a frame. So how do we select more than one element at one time? So what we do is while clicking shift, click on every element that you want to select at the same time. So all I did was click shift, select, select, select. Just click on the element to select them, and then right click and choose frame selection. So what frame selection did was they put the frame selection put it in put the three elements in one frame. So when I see this, all of these things came in this frame. Just
Drishti, I feel that we should wait for a while. A few people are having problems like selecting, scaling things.
okay, okay,
So I think we should just go around, see it for once. Okay,
okay.
here as well. Aditi, if you have any issues, you can just like talk in the chat if you want to. So you basically scaled this artboard, so that is why you are not able to fit the nav bar here, I guess, right? So people who are having like problems in scaling, you can like uh, zoom in a bit. That would help you rather than scaling it because like Figma can go in into like insane amounts of zoom. So you don't have to scale your artboards at all, right? If you want, I will just add an artboard here. Shashwat as well. Like I'm not calling you people out. It's just that I am seeing it and it's sometimes difficult because these are the mistakes that even I have done.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
and if at all you guys are having any issues, like you can just change the color of the flag. Will be there.
Yeah, I wanted to ask like what is the font name of the like help font? What is its name?
um the help font that you see is, one second, yeah,
So now where can we change the font? Like I can't find it.
just click on the
Okay,
text
so one
and
let's
it's
do one. Styler, I think that we didn't go over to make the styles, right?
hmm,
Right. So let's do a thing. Drishti, would you like to go over with like styler and how to make it so that people can use the styles as well?
yeah, styles are made, but I'll go through how to make them. Okay,
Yeah.
so how Styler works is the plugin that we downloaded the first is that you make all these texts. So like I pre-announce the text, so I'll use this text. All these texts I have written beforehand, and all these color palettes that I've made, I've given it beforehand. So what I do is select all of these, and then when I go right click plugins, go to styler and generate style. So what it does is it makes a style out of it. So while making a design, I don't have to set my font again and again, or I don't have to get a color again and again. All I have to do is click on whatever text I want. So for text uh, in the text bar on the right hand side, you will see four dots. That is your style. So when you click on that style part, it will show you all the styles you have created, and you can just choose it from here if you want. So just what I did was click on the text I want to change, then go to the text bar on the right hand side, click on the four dots, and choose the style whichever one I want to use. So you can also see that the size of the font is also given. So 200, 300, 400 pixels. So that is how it works. So just click on this, and the size of the font will change. Similarly, if I want to change the color of this thing, so what I'll do, now I will choose the four dots in the fill section. So I want to make it red. So all the color palette that I've used would come in my style section. I want to make it this blue. So I'll click on this and it is blue. So if I want to change again, so now you won't get the four dot option. You will just see the styles that you've chosen. So click on them and change other to other style or other color. So whoever asked that doubt now, the text one, what you do is just choose your text, click on it, go to the side, right hand side, and click on these four dots next to text, and just choose one of the textile, whichever size you think is perfect for it, and do it. And if you still face any doubt, just let us know.
Palak, I think that your doubt was resolved, right? You were having a problem with the like having a black screen,
Yeah,
right?
yes. Thank you.
It's okay, right? Like it's resolved. Okay. Sakshi, are you having any doubts as such? Sakshi on the third playground. I don't know how many Sakshis have joined us today. So yeah.
Uh,
Hello.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
How to align the three objects in the line, the Netflix logo and that one?
So the
Pratik.
alignment thing is that you choose the element. So I already aligned Netflix first. So then when I choose help, it will show me a line, this orange line. It will show that will detect the middle of this thing. So I can just align it through that. Same for the arrow. When I move it, it will show me that orange line going from the middle of Netflix, and then I can just align it with respect to that. So go with the
Okay.
orange line. Yeah.
I wanted to ask one thing, like for styling, you have already like made that palette type thing, na? Like
Yes.
all the colors and all the. How did you come with all these colors? Like where did you get that from?
So what we did here was just we made a rectangle first. Okay. If you don't want to use a rectangle, use a frame. So we chose a frame. We created a frame. Selected a color from the fill part. So whatever color we wanted, we selected from the fill part, and all we did next was just select all the things. Right click, go to plugins, styler, and generate style. So it will attach this style also to your whole style palette. So all you have to do is create a frame, give a particular color to that frame, like fill the color, and then generate the style. It will automatically come into your style section.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, Sakshi, on the fourth playground, come on the frame that you selected. Okay, this is the frame. So I think that you zoomed in on the frame, right? So now you have to like select a few assets that we have given. So right here we have like the nav and the notch. So you can just select it and you can drag like Control C and go onto your frame and Control V. Now you can like select it and alt it out and you can just drag it if you want. Okay, something. Okay, wait. What we can do is we can just drag it to your frame. So now it would be on your frame, right? Okay. Next, you will need like a proper frame. So for the iPhone 13, so this would be the frame that you would be using. Okay. And now you will have to change the color as well. So then click on the frame. You can go to fill. You can change the color.
Shreyansh, if you want, you can take this frame to your own artboard so that it is easy to style it. Because if you will do it over here now, you can't take it to your artboard afterwards. So just,
Okay, okay, fine, fine.
yeah.
Uh, you can double click on the artboard and you'll be able to see fill. Then just like change the fill in design tab. If you scroll a bit down, you'll get fill. You can change the fill to like black or something. Black it is actually. So yeah. Okay. So you can double click on this one. Go to fill. Drishti, could you just come to playground 4, first frame?
Four, first frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in here, what we'll do is we'll double click on the frame, go to fill, and then we can change the fill to black, right?
Okay. So the thing here is, okay, it is a frame or not?
It is a frame. It is a frame.
Okay,
So
fine.
one thing that I'm seeing that people are doing is to scale those frames. So like people are selecting the frame and then they are enlarging it. Don't do that, guys.
Don't do
Like you
that.
can
Zoom
zoom,
in.
yeah, zoom in a bit so that it would be easier for you and you would be able to work on the details much better. Like don't like scale the frames that you have selected. Okay, Shreyans has started to work here. Sorted. I don't know which artboard this one is, but yeah, there has been a lot of things happening here. Aditi, do you have any doubts whatsoever? Okay, you have also scaled this one, so it's okay, but nothing wrong with scaling. I'm just saying. It just becomes much more difficult if you try to like then make a uniform design of it.
Yeah, the screen then won't remain the same actually. So it won't be the phone screen that way.
Yep.
Like not for iPhone 13 at least.
Guys, you can be interactive. You can like change the colors of the flag, so we can we can come to know. You can put in comments, like I get, I think like getting the forward slash and like talking might not help. So you can put in comments as well. People on YouTube, if you have any doubts, you can put in the chat as well. Okay, so Pratik has a doubt regarding the login boxes. So what we can do is for login boxes, what we'll do is we will go into frames. Okay, so what did you just select?
Um, what is this? Okay, wait, I'll just check. I guess, yeah. What is that blue thing? Even I don't know this.
That is something new.
Yeah, exactly.
Pratik, you found something new, man.
Yeah, great job. Wait.
We are chilling. We are chilling. Just
Yeah,
don't
it's
take.
fine, fine. Um, just do one thing. We'll delete this frame, whatever that is, and
I
use
think there
a.
is an overlay of a rectangle over that.
Mhm. Let's just delete this one. Just use a frame this time instead, or a rectangle.
So, एक minute, Ajab, like Pratik, what you can do is you can just select a frame and you can just drag it like this. Okay. So you don't have to select any other frames from the right, like the right drop down. You can just
Right,
drag
right.
it onto your frame. Okay.
Okay.
And then you can just give it a fill. So if you see here, I just gave a white fill and to this, so you can use something like gray, which is used in the design. Okay. Yeah, drag it. Just drag it on. Yeah, and just click on it. Go to fill. On the right side, you will see fill ka ek option. Click on it. Yeah, now you can change the color as well. Using the dropper, you can change the color. You can like select the color on top or on the design as well. So it will
Okay,
match the
so
gray.
Palak, when you enlarge the image now, do one thing. Just click on shift while doing that, so it won't get cropped like it did.
Yeah,
So next
everybody
time,
like
just shift the bucket, drag it.
so if at all you want to drag and you don't want it to like distort, shift and drag.
Yeah,
Okay, and if you want to copy something, what you can do is select the whole thing and just alt and drag.
drag.
So you can just copy.
If any of
So
you
alt
guys
and
want
drag.
to know the shortcuts, also, it is also given there on
Yeah, you
link.
can see the shortcuts here. You
Yeah,
can, and it is on each and every artboard.
yeah.
So you can just refer the shortcuts. If you have any doubts, you can definitely call.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I make that the email and the password box? The input tab. Email and the pass.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This the email and the password.
Okay, okay. You're here, right?
Where is Shan?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Haha.
okay. So all you have to do
Yes.
is select a frame. Okay, click on this, and then just make a frame like this. And after
Okay.
making the frame, just click plus on the fill wala part, plus, and choose a gray color.
Or you can
Okay.
like
And
choose
after
it
that,
from
round the edges a little bit, like a 10 or something. That's how you do it. I'll just delete it. You can try it yourself.
Okay. And how do I put the text like email and password inside that frame?
Okay, so once you
you
make
can
the frame, no, just click on the text and put it on that rectangle
Oh,
and just
okay.
type.
Haha. Mhm. Okay, thanks.
the font size might be a bit huge, so you will have to change the font size a bit.
So I guess Anirudh, people have started working on the rectangle part. So I'll just take these two rectangle wala part.
Yep, yep.
Okay. So for the people who have not started, you can see this, or you can try, if you are trying on your own, still you can watch it or you can continue. So what you have to do is click on frame and make a rectangle with it. So whatever width you think is fine, just make a rectangle with it, and then in that rectangle, fill it and choose the color by the dropper tool, or if you want to do it manually you can do that too, but I'll use the dropper tool and use the same color. So the frame for your email and password will be made, so do that. And after that, on the right hand side you will see this curve wala thing when you select that frame. So in this curve part, just write 10. So this is your border radius. So the borders on your rectangle will be curved after giving the some number. So I've given 10. I'll make it to 5. So that is what the curve tool does. And after that, I'll just click it, Alt, and put it down. So now I have two rectangles, one for email and one for password. So I'll just scale in a way I think um, okay, so this is right for me, I guess, and I'll just align them in middle. So you can align it like this, or you can just use the alignment tool. So I'll just click on this, it will center it. So now that I have two boxes, I'm going to add text into it. So how do I add the text? I'll click on the text tool, the T on the top left corner, and click it inside the box. So now my font is like a lot bigger than what I want it to be. So I'll make it to like a 48 or something. And then I'll write whatever I have to write. So email or phone number. So now I did this. So the thing here is that it is going outside my frame, so it is not getting framed. So what I'll do is make the text a little bit shorter. So I'll go to a 24 or something, and then I will put it inside the frame. So now this text is inside my frame. So my gray rectangle, this text is attached to that. So whenever I move my gray rectangle, my text will also move.
Nityanand, like I feel that you're like changing the designs a bit. So if you could like go on to like the playground you're assigned to, that would be great.
Okay, Anirudh, you just put it if you can.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah. So I still think the text is a little bigger, so I'll go a bit lower again. So I'll give it like a 18. So I'll just now align it to the left corner of the rectangle. Now I will use another text, so I can just control D this, bring it niche, and write the next thing that I have to write, which is password. So password is also done. Align it to the left corner. So this is how I added the email, phone number, and password. Now there is also a show over here. So I'll just control D, first select my password, control D it, drag it, and just write show. But I see that it's a bit smaller and a little bit gray. So what I'll do is first I'll decrease the size of my font. So first I have to select it. I'll go to a 14, and then I will fill it with one of the color styles that I already have made. So I'll go with this and just align it with the password. So like in the middle, and just put it in the right side. So you guys try this much, and if you have any doubt, let us know.
The time I feel that you have scaled your frame, that's the reason why it's an issue. So you can just definitely check onto that one.
I think I'm done. So can you check it out?
Which
Yeah,
playground?
yeah, sure.
Playground to Shubham.
Okay, okay, I'll just check it. Okay, okay. Which one is yours? I can't even make out. Okay.
Right
Yeah, this
one.
is good.
Yeah, that is good. Okay, so your text is a little bit out of the alignment. Other than that, I think it's really good.
Great.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
We just have to align the text a little bit. Baki, so it is amazing. So you just center this, and center this.
Just को पूरा कर ले. Center the logos as well.
Yeah.
The logo is
So
not centered and the help is not centered, like on the right. Other than that, things are perfect.
yeah,
Good,
great
good
job.
one.
Thank you.
Man, we
Anybody
have
else?
some fast learners.
Yep, we have. I feel very, very stupid right now, but okay.
Meenal is asking you to come on playground 4. Where
Oh, I'm on playground floor.
frame got deleted. Oh, where? Is it back?
This frame got
Okay, I
this
guess
frame got deleted.
it's still there. Oh, just
Okay,
control Z now.
so do I think just do Control Z or
Yeah, it will.
Command Z if you're on
Yeah, so just
Control
control
Z.
Z. It will undo all the changes that you made.
Got it. Okay. So this was this your frame? I think zoom issues है. Like
Mm-hmm.
zooming के issues है इधर. Hmm.
Playground 4. Okay.
Suresh, do you have any doubts? Actually, one thing that you can do while you are resizing is to click on it and then shift and resize it. So your image won't get cropped out. Okay? Just try it once.
So Aditi, everything looks fine. The only thing I'll suggest is that the edges are little bit too much curved. So instead of going for a 40, go for a 10 or something, because it's like a very lightly curved edges in the design itself. So just change that much.
Okay.
Okay, this frame 6 looks a lot.
I
Did
don't
anybody
know
see
what to
frame
make
6?
out of it.
Yeah.
Something
Anybody who
happened.
wants to claim ownership for frame 6?
Is it fine now?
Yeah, just a second, I'll check it.
On frame 5, I'm not able to put the text, the email, and the password between the boxes and to curve the boxes.
Shreyas,
Okay,
right?
which playground you?
Uh-huh. Five
Okay,
one.
okay, so you help. Okay, so yeah, Diti, I don't see the change for some reason.
Wait a minute. What is the change that you wanted to have, Shreyas?
Add the text, the email password text.
Right. So what you can do is you can write like go on the top left. You can see a text wala part. You can come here and you can drag it. So you have included a text box right here. It's just that the font is so big that you are not able to see it. So reduce the font size a bit, right? The font size is too much. So that's the issue. If you
Yeah,
want,
the
I can
cake
just
looks
try
great.
once more.
Yeah, now it's fine, I guess. Just yeah. Okay, okay.
Okay, Shreyas. So here, look for right. There are two. I think that you tried to add like two, three together, right? Like two text boxes till now.
Yeah, I was trying, but I couldn't do it.
Ah, it's fine. It's fine. That's okay.
And the font is too big. Like,
Yeah, the font is too big. That's the reason that you were not able to see it. So I'll just like reduce the font size to like something more manageable, like 10. So are you able to see your font now, like on the email part of it?
yeah, it's too small.
Yeah. So I will like make it something like what 24. Is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Thanks.
I think that you can go ahead from here. Okay. Is anybody having any issues as such? Frame
Yeah.
9, Palak. Okay.
So the aage ka part in this design is not actually very hard. So you see that there's a sign in button, but you can't make out the button, but it is there. So all you gotta do is make the same rectangle, but instead of filling it, add a stroke, a black or a gray stroke, and just add a sign in thing in there, the text, and then recover password in this whole line, reCAPTCHA line. That is like normal text. So just add that much. And if you have any trouble doing that much, let us know.
This is an image. This is an image. Kshitij, you're having any doubts? If you are, you can ask. Okay, I feel that people are doing just fine right here. Drishti, what about you?
I am fine. I just made the design to like explain, you know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Nikhil Matre is going over the top. Dude,
Yeah, bro.
you're going too over the top, but
I
too good,
really,
man, too good.
I really think he's a designer already. He just came here for fun.
He just came here to check us.
Yeah. Pratik, are you facing any problems?
How do you curve the corners?
Um, Select the rectangle. On the right hand side, you can see this curve type sign, like the frame properties, this thing where it is written 0. Just make it 10 and enter.
Playground 3.
Okay. The design looks great, Sakshi. Not gonna lie. Seriously, मस्त लग रहा है.
Damn, bro.
I know, right?
Too good, too good. This looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
This is pretty nice. Everything is on point. Good work, man. Good work. Good job. Okay, there are a few more designs that we do intend to cover, like the other page as well. This one.
yeah,
So if at all you guys want to, we can continue with this, or if you want, if you have any doubts in the login page, we can wait. Obviously, we can wait.
yeah.
Playing 3 playground. Shit. Damn. We are
Wow,
perfect. Nice.
wow, Shekhar.
This is looking nice. Good job, man. Good job.
Wow, actually, अच्छा लग रहा है. It's really nice.
This is nice. This is nice. Sakshi Singh, you are having any doubts? If at all, I think that you just removed your frame. I don't know why. Okay. So one thing that we can do is your artboard is not up to scale now. So we'll do a thing. We'll get a new artboard here. Okay. We'll change the color. So you can go into fill. If you select it and you go into fill, you can change the color to black. Okay. Next we have the assets here. I guess you're right. We do have the assets here. So just drag it onto your artboard. Okay. Is it visible to you? Okay, sorted. So we can just snap it into places. So you can do the bottom one, snap it into place, and you will get a orange line that shows you if it is like you can get it on the artboard as well. You can get it on the artboard like here. So this would be on the artboard.
I wrote that email password and the sign in. उसके नीचे क्या लिखना है sign in के?
I guess. Wait a second, I'll let you know. It says signing is protected by Google reCAPTCHA to ensure you're not a bot, learn more. So, which frame are you on? I'll just copy and paste it over there.
Five, five,
Playground?
five.
There is
Playground,
no
playground.
frame 5.
Yeah, exactly. I'm confused.
You're on frame
One.
5. Okay,
Frame five.
playground 1.
Playground
Okay,
one.
this one. Yeah,
Okay.
this one. Yeah, here. Let's copy this text. Also, one more thing. Your boxes now, they look a little too boxy. So just maybe make them a little thin and the text a little bit like less in the size. Just move it. Also, your alignment is middle now, so it will create problem while you're trying to align it with the box. So check your alignment. Yeah, and just reduce the size of the font and then align it.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so if people are like completing things, Rishi, could you come on to playground 4, frame 1,
Frame. Okay, 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 okay,
right?
okay.
So there are a few scaling issues, and Sakshi is doing great. Rishi needed a bit of help. Okay, so right now we have set up the frame, right? So Sakshi, can you like draw another frame here, like drag another frame? Like you can drag it inside this one.
Yeah, just put it in this thing.
Okay, if people are completing that, so I guess we can begin with the second
Yeah,
one as well,
yes, we
right?
can. I was
So,
about to. Yeah,
okay, cool. So, Drishik, you can like keep the screen share on. I'll just
yeah,
continue this. Okay. So for the second part, what we'll be making is like the who's watching part. So for that, again, we'll do the same thing. We'll add a new screen. So we have a new screen here, and we'll be using the assets that we have. So I'll just alt and drag it, and then you can snap it into places. So one and two. So that does the trick. And then we'll change the color of the artboard. So one thing that I'm seeing a lot of people are doing is setting these things out of the frame or out of the artboard. So don't do that. Uh, place it inside. Next, we will double click on the frame itself and we'll change the fill color. So because I have the design right here, I'll just use the dropper and change the color. Right. So the basic frame is set. Now what we'll do is we have to add like the text. So I'll select on the text uh, and drag a strip here, and I can type. Just increase the size of the font a bit and make it medium. And then I'll center align this one. Center align the box. And then I have to add an edit. So I can do Alt and drag. So it will just give me one more text field. And I can just change the content. Now this is a bit more bold. So I will just change it from medium to bold and decrease the font size to something like 14 or maybe 18. That looks nice. And add it here on the top right. Now the only thing remaining are these frames with the photos inside it. So for that, we'll use a rectangle. And in the beginning, we used like Unsplash. So we'll do the same thing. To keep it a square, what we'll do is we'll press Shift, and while we are pressing Shift, we will drag it so that it remains a square. The thing that will happen if you don't press Shift and drag it would be like if you drag it SE, so the size won't be uniform. So for that one reason, press Shift and then drag. Okay. So now we have one frame. Now rather than like creating, going again, selecting like a rectangle and making one more again like this, in which you might not be able to like eyeball what is the size. A thing that you can do is you can just press this, like click this, press Alt and drag. So Alt and drag gives you the option to actually like duplicate whatever you are selecting, and it's much more easier. So Alt and drag is something that we use a lot. It saves a lot of time and that is more effective. Finally, this is the last one. So we have got like the basic placeholders inside, right? So now we click on this frame, we go on to our plugins, go on to Unsplash, and here we can search. So if I search for a person,
Anirudh, should I tell this part because I guess
yeah,
they can't see your screen now? What Anirudh is trying to say is just choose the rectangle, right click, plugin, unsplash, and this window will open. So once more, I'll do it for you guys. So choose the rectangle, right click, go to plugins, unsplash, and over here search for a person or a cartoon, whatever you want to search. And then when you select any image, like I select this image, it will directly be uploaded in the rectangle and fit it in into.
right.
That's what
So
Anirudh
now
is
we have
doing.
the images and yeah. So go to plugins, we go into Unsplash. The Unsplash plugin will run. We can search for a person or in this case a cartoon. Okay, this looks nice, right? We'll do the same thing for the others as well, for the last two. Rishi, would you like to help me for one last time,
One
like
second.
this one as
Yeah,
well?
okay. 1 minute. Yeah.
Right. So now we have the images set up. Now the only thing that is remaining is the text. So for the text, what we can do is that we can select the text again, or we can just Alt and drag this. We'll place the text folder here, and we'll like random names. So if we have Pratik, now I'm seeing that the text is a bit more light. So I can just select this. So this is on bold. I can go to regular. So now the text looks more aligned and like more accurate. The spacing, whenever you move something, it shows the spacing above and below and on the left and the right. So make sure that the spacing is okay. Now, one thing that I am seeing is like there is a lot of spacing niche bhi. So I can select these three and I can just drag them using shift. I can just drag them a bit so that I have more space. Same with this guy. So I'll just drag it a bit. So I have more space beneath. So now what I will do is rather than using like the text field again and again, I'll just simply do Alt and drag it here. So Alt and drag all the time. It's easier. And who all have joined us today? Let's just okay. Yeah, as simple as that. I guess. So one thing that you need to make sure when you're working with frames is that you should not resize it, zoom in a bit, and then change it. And the next thing that you can do is that whenever you are working with some sort of like repetitive like patterns, always like to save time, do something like alt drag, uh, like press alt on your keyboard and drag the particular thing that you want to drag. That is easier. It saves a lot of time. Use plugins. Plugins always help a lot. And yeah, shift drag and alt drag all the time. It just helps in general. Shreyas, are you having any doubts whatsoever?
No, no.
Okay, okay, cool. Okay, how to add an image? So Sakshi, if you want to add an image, what you can do is select the box that you want to add it in. Is this your frame? Yeah. So select the box that you want to add it in. Right click, and I am assuming that you installed the Unsplash plugin. If you haven't, what you can do is you can go into community and you can install the plugin. So that is how we like put images.
Or for right now, I saw Shubham doing this. Just make the rectangle and use a color. Like if you are not able to like put an image right now, just use a color instead of an image. Fill
Yeah,
it.
that would also work. Okay, what are these frames? Okay, something is happening here. Okay, so if your text is not aligning, so I think this is one more text box. So if your text is not aligning, what you can do is you can drag your text box to wherever you want to. Like I feel that this would be much better. And then you can resize whatever you want to, or you can just put spaces. Okay, Palak? Palak, if you're in the meet, you can also type in the chat, or you can like unmute yourself if you have any
Just
doubts whatsoever.
slash which.
Okay, which text format is here? Okay. So the thing is that you are using a different text altogether.
Yeah.
So I'll just change your text. So what we were using is this. I think now you can change the text as well. Wait, I'll just select this. I think that there are like multiple text fields that are present. You can like now you can like change the size and everything if you want to. Nikhil Matra is just going all the way out, man. This guy, bro, too good. I don't think that
Also,
we could
your
have included
favorite
this
would
one,
be
but
Anirudh.
yeah, yeah, too good.
Amazing, yeah.
Good one, man. Good one. Keep up the good work. You're doing
Yeah.
good.
Thanks.
Stress, if you have any doubts whatsoever, you can ask, man. Oh, damn. Palak was fast. This was nice. You just need an icon. I guess like people haven't like added the icons yet, so I'll just give this one here. Plugins, remix icon. I think this is the icon that you're looking for, Palak. If you want, you can like see it here. This one. Pratik, bro, you're also doing great, man. This is good. You're given shadows and stuff or what? Sign in के button को.
Damn.
Yes.
अरे short man. Too good. Nice one.
Even Sakshi did such a great job, dude. Playground 3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frame 1.
Playground 3.
Dude, it looks good.
Frame 1.
Yeah. You know?
Oh, damn.
It actually
Nice.
looks really nice.
Nice. This is good. This is good. Great job, man.
Sachi.
I like the alignment is also good. The text color
It
is also like,
almost looks so similar, dude.
ah. So this is good. This is nice. This is nice work. You just like साक्षी का बस एक चीज था वो एक वो plugin का. Other than that,
हाँ अगर वो
perfect.
इमेज ऐड कर देती ना डिट्टो से हो जाता
Ah, ditto same.
या
Too good, man. This is nice. Palakka is looking great. I think that she took a while, but it's good. Like बस एक दो जगह पे टेक्स्ट का तू साइज थोड़ा छोटा कर दे and things would be great, man.
How to copy the squares? What was the shortcut for key for that?
You
ऑल
can
ऑफ
do
दैट
alt, press alt and drag.
Okay.
I am unable to get another iPhone 13 frame.
Okay, so what you can do is beside your frame collection वाला move वाला जो है ना, where the frames वाला ना, frames में जाके उधर यहाँ पे drop downs रहेंगे, तो I guess drop down नहीं दिख रहा होगा आपको, if that is the case, but यहाँ पे
I just
ला
if
के
you see this checker thing no the square thing just click on it and side में phone में रहेगा अगर फिर भी you don't get it तो फिर शायद वो drop down में you have to go and select frame
Okay, I think that like it's past 6,
Yeah.
so we'll need to wrap up now. But if you have any doubts, this file will be open to all of you. You can come, you can change it as you like. You can see what others have done as well. You can leave a
Yeah.
comment if you have any doubts whatsoever. There is one particular, like we have added one more image.
Yeah, there's a
If you
board.
want, you can try to recreate. Yeah,
Yeah, this one on the basics wala page now. You can just copy it to your artboard and make this also if you want to practice.
we'll just add it to each and every playground.
Yeah.
So if you all want to like work on this, like if you want to just see how much you have learned or something, you can definitely like try this one out. This artboard will be still open to everybody, so you can
Yeah.
change.
Anything you want in your artboard. Anytime you want to design, you can just come back.
Yeah, like join in because it's not a hard and fast rule to design at a particular time. So yeah.
Uh,
So I've added to each and every artboard. So if you guys want to, you can definitely go around and try that. There is also a thing called as the introduction cards that you would see. So these are the cards that there is a particular link that would be shared on the WhatsApp group, and it is also present in the community. So you guys can like
just
take this file.
duplicate it
Yeah,
and
you
it
can
will open.
duplicate this. Yeah. So if you could, Drishi, if you could show the community tab,
Yeah, one.
that would be great. So we'll just tell people how to duplicate it as well.
Yeah, so when you go to community part and if I search for Anirudh, I think I should find it. But let's see.
Yeah.
How do I search Anirudh? Anirudh? I don't find you. Wait, I'll find you.
Put the whole name.
Yeah. Ah, so you'll find this. So click on this. Just search for Anirudhyani in the community thing. You'll find this. All you have to do is duplicate. Okay. So when you click on duplicate, this file will open, and now what you have to do is like make your own card. So the instructions have been given on the next page, or you can just click over here on how to, and it will redirect you to that page, go to page. So it is showing all the instructions that you have to follow. So just exchange your picture with our picture, your name, all the hobbies that you have, anything like that. So that is how you got to do it. Now to export it, all you have to do is like to save it, select the artboard. Now after selecting the artboard, on the right hand side menu, go below like एकदम नीचे तक, and then you will see export option. Okay, just click on plus when you do if you don't see anything, just click on plus, then choose the type of image. So we will be downloading in png, just do png and export. So the file will automatically download. So you can download your intro cards.
Yeah, so this is some sort of, I don't know, maybe souvenir or something. You can definitely share this on your socials. You could tag us, everything, all the good stuff.
So the link for this, I guess, is has been given in the group only, the group's description. So you can just click on that in your laptop, open WhatsApp, click on the link, duplicate it, make the changes, export it, and then you can post it on social media. You can also tag us or tag Rait Acm. We have also given all our social over here on the card only.
Yeah, yes, so you can definitely like see what is happening.
Yeah.
Has the link been provided in the chat yet?
No, I don't think
I
so.
guess not. I guess not.
I'll
Okay.
share it.
What should we write in the suffix tab in the export?
Nothing. I don't think you have to.
Okay.
Huh.
We have shared the file links, so you can definitely remix that after the session as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So all of that. Okay, so I'll just share my screen for now. So we'll just
Yeah.
conclude it in a,
Thing.
yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping that we have like seen what is happening. So the few plugins that we saw today were Styler, Unsplash, and Remix Icon. And so before we conclude, here are some key takeaways for what we learned today. So before we design anything, let's just set what we want to make and how we want to make it. So set your intentions before anything else. We should always know what we are trying to design. So that is very important, because as a designer, having your own intentions and your own ideas clear is very necessary. Second point, it's very easy and actionable. So the thing is that you can always start. It just take a it you The only thing that you will have a problem with is to begin. You can always change your course of action later, but the immediate point of ideating and to begin is very important. The second thing is to learn the fundamentals before today, because it was such a short it was a small session. So like there were a few things that we might have missed out on, and it takes a lot of time to polish out whatever you're learning. So learning the fundamentals is really really important. Next, we obviously have to train our design sense. So it's not that we, as designers, don't make mistakes, but everybody has to train themselves to know what they want to do and what they don't want to do. So training your design sense is absolutely necessary. It's more like you should work on more design so that you know what you are working with. A few places that you can get inspirations from are sites like dribble.com, where they post full complete mockups and designs for websites and applications. It's a great website. Next is Behance. Behance is also a great website where people post their particular like app and web designs. It's great. The next thing is to master the design tools. So as per me, whenever you are trying to learn something, you should definitely stick to one particular like designing platform. If it is Figma or or Adobe XD or Sketch, anything that you choose, but use it so much that you understand how to use it, right? So you should always have that particular drive to use that particular tool again and again. And finally, we have design exploration. You cannot be a good designer without actually exploring others designs and to take design cues from it. That is really important, because the more you see others do something, the more you will have an idea of what you are doing. So these are some useful resources that I and Drishti personally use a lot.
Yeah.
And this is something that we would like to share with all of you. So we
If you
obviously,
want, you can take a screenshot of this.
yeah, you can definitely take a screenshot of this one. Okay. And finally, we would like take a recap of whatever we had today. So we did go around into the world of Figma. We started and we made a design. You all made your own first designs on Figma. And I hope that all of you had a great session today. And I'm really happy that all of you joined in. Really grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. And I and Drishti hereby would like to conclude our session. If you have any doubts, so we are open for the Q&A. If you have any doubts, you can, unmute yourself, put it in the chat, anything that you want.
Also, the feedback form has been put up in the chat, so if you want, you can fill that also. And we switch to the previous slide. I guess Anirudh.
Are you talking about like the useful resources one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Sorted. Okay. So if anybody has any like questions, you can definitely put it in the chat.
Or you can contact us after the workshop also if you have any further doubts.
Yeah, if you have any further doubts, you can contact us on. So that would be, I guess, all. So yeah, finally, we just ended with a quote. So make your move and design your heart out.
Yeah,
Don't
keep
stop,
on
and
experimenting.
yeah, keep experimenting. It's really necessary for you to experiment and to learn. It was great to see all of you so enthusiastic to learn designing. It's great. Really happy, really grateful to all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hope
Mm.
you enjoy.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I really hope that you enjoyed the session. Thank you all. So, yeah, I will conclude my presentation here.